Hello, Internet. I'm Phil.
I'm Thane.
And we're here to do Preview Review. We just got back from seeing Suicide Squad.
That was a couple of days ago, dude.
We just got back from seeing Suicide Squad.
Are we doing the review?
Yes, we're doing the review.
Okay, cool. Let's do this.
Right. I was a bit thrown off by the editing at the beginning.
Will Smith, he's back. Yes, I've been waiting for Will Smith. The curse is over. No, the curse is over. Okay.
What curse?
Dude, I had After Earth. I had to go through that.
He had
to go through the trials that were Concussion. He was in a movie called Concussion. You remember that? Came out the week after Force Awakens. No one remembers Concussion. Oh my goodness. Hancock, he tried to be a superhero and he just couldn't do it. And finally I get Will Smith. I get Will Smith being emotional. I get Will Smith with a deep relationship with a child, like out of Pursuit of Happiness. I get Will Smith standing on top of a car, just taking out an entire army of faceless, putty-looking guys while everyone else just watches. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
It's going to be okay.
He's back. David Ayers, thank you. You brought us Will Smith back.
Was there anything else in this film that made you happy?
Okay, so Diablo. I had mentioned that I saw some characteristics from his mannerisms in the trailer that really excited me, and it delivered. I was rooting for a character called the Devil.
Was he the devil or got his powers from the devil?
The comic book says that he's born with the devil. Anywho, you kind of see him with a normal looking family. That's kind of a theme here in being normal versus not being normal. And I just cared so much about him because he's one of the few people in this movie with all these superpowered bad people who actually has superpowers, and he's using them for bad reasons, and then he makes a horrible mistakes, and the dude's trying to change his life at that point. And what's cool about his character, besides his CGI battle armor that he develops at the end of the movie, somehow, because that just really popped out of nowhere. It was kind of cool.
But that's when he finally accepts himself for who he is.
Yes, I am the fire monster dude. You've never seen me do this. I've never shown, but big reveal like I'm a fire monster.
Aren't we all just fire monsters on the inside?
Then maybe you are. But Diablo's character, just the story arc and how he goes from, I've lost everything, so I'm going to be alone or leave me alone, to, you guys are my family. I'm going to do everything possible to protect you guys.
Maybe I can do some good now. Let me own what I really am, kind of thing.
Yeah, so Will Smith being Deadshot, Diablo doing his thing. So those were two big characters in the movie I absolutely loved, enjoyed. Going back to Will Smith real quick, he taught his daughter math using assassin skills,
trajectory and angles off of a rooftop.
If we look at the geometry and the hypotenuse of the right side, something out of the scare.
No, hypotenuse is a real term they use in real math, Jeremy.
But anywho, Will Smith used stinking assassin skills to teach his daughter math, and she's just like, oh yeah, Dad, that makes sense. So if you're standing on the rooftop and you're shooting the bad person, that's how we get $2 million. Go Christmas.
That's right, honey.
So those were two characters I absolutely loved. What about you, Phil? What's a character or two that you really enjoyed from the movie?
And I kind of mentioned this in the preview. I was excited to see their take on Amanda Waller.
Yes.
She's a very well-known character from the comics, and she hasn't been done well before in live action. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about Green Lantern.
But I don't say bad things about Amanda Waller on principle. Amanda Waller, if you're listening to this, Viola Davis, if you're listening to this, I think the world of you. I won't tell anyone your secrets.
So,
she's scary.
She's scary. That's something that I did appreciate, is how straight-faced, scary she was. She wasn't playing around. She intimidated everyone into following her and doing what she needed, even when there wasn't the threat of bombs in their neck, kind of thing.
There's this scene where it turns out that their whole big rescue mission is to get Waller. She's that much of a G.
Right.
She's got all.
You're here to get a package. Wait, that package is a person. Oh, wait, that's Amanda Waller.
Yeah, and as she's leaving, for one thing, all the people that she was in this secret hidden room with, pop, just takes them out.
Well, they don't need to know what's going on. They knew too much.
Yeah, so she walks out the door. The squad's there, okay? You got the crazy woman with the gun. You got the fireman.
The 7 foot tall Killer Croc guy.
He should have been 7 foot, but he's only 6'2". But you got the giant croc looking dude, and like they're looking at her. She's been threatening these people this entire time. All right, threatening them like a G. Okay, this woman is gangster. This woman is not someone to be played with.
She drags them kicking and screaming out of the prison holes that she dropped them in.
Put bombs in their necks.
Yep.
And we've seen the bombs work because Slipknot died.
Yep, Slipknot died like you predicted.
Like I predicted.
Yep, Captain Boomerang totally set him up like, hey, you should go over there. Oh, these things are real.
But Waller comes out, and I love the scene because Katana's part in this movie is bodyguard. So Katana starts drawing her sword because she's going to protect Waller. And Waller's like, chick, put your sword away.
We got this. I got this. The other character I was actually surprised was Batman in this, that all the trailers and whatnot kind of set me up to think that it was just going to be some guy in a bat costume, a stunt double kind of thing. But it was legitimately Ben Affleck in several scenes.
Yeah.
And it was great to see him play off of Deadshot, Will Smith.
Because they have all these little intro videos at the beginning that come with their own music video, apparently.
Right. I counted at least 13 musical cues.
And so we get to the scene where we get introduced to Deadshot, and that's where we see Batman. And what did you say about their interaction?
I appreciated that they didn't play Batman as tough and scary. He was like, hey, Deadshot, you know I need to take you in, but your daughter's right here. He showed him mercy in that. He didn't just,
He didn't brand him?
He didn't brand him. He didn't kill him. He was...
I'm disappointed.
Will Smith is the only guy to walk away from Batman without getting punched in the face in these movies so far.
Or shot at.
Or shot at.
We talked about Waller. Spoilers, more spoilers. But we have this beautiful scene. Okay, if you guys have ever watched Justice League, okay, I grew up watching Justice League. I love that. That's
the
why
Bruce Timm animated universe.
I like it so much. And you get all these interactions between Batman and Amanda Waller, and they're doing their thing. And our mid-credit scene is Batman, Amanda Waller, just no suit, just Ben Affleck, Viola Davis staring each other down. Hey, I got a team. I got friends.
I will have a team of super friends, maybe.
Does Aquaman show up on a horse? Oh no, this Aquaman doesn't do that.
Aquaman.
There's a lot of scary people in the DC universe. Can we just be real about those things?
And speaking of, were there some unscary people in this universe?
By unscary, are you saying people I would absolutely hate?
Yeah, so Alpha 1.
Not Alpha 5? No Zordon?
No Zordon.
Alpha 1.
Yeah, Alpha 1. He may become Alpha 5 later if he dies and is resurrected in Alpha 2 and then they rebuild him a few times. Anyway, Alpha 1, what was his point in this movie? What did he do?
Alpha 1's whole point was to be a jerk to all of the characters.
And he got Harley a cell phone.
Yeah, it's almost like he was like, okay, so we got a whole bunch of bad guys. We need to make them look sympathetic. Let's put a complete jerk, give him power, and have him abuse prisoners.
Most of which have powers who could totally rip him in half, but...
And he's just sassing them all.
Right.
Just all of them. Just all the sass in the world.
Did he sass the assassins?
He assassed all the assassins with sassiness. Why not? Anywho, so Alpha One's just kind of this jerk character who halfway through does his one thing, which is to hand off a cell phone. Like, hey, your boyfriend told me to give you this cell phone. And then you'll never see me again, guys. Bye. See you later.
I did my plot thing.
And then with the plot, who's our main villain? Like, who's our main villain?
I mean, an argument could be made that Waller set all this up and they're cleaning up her mess. But the main villain, as we're sold, is Enchantress and her brother. So mainly the Enchantress. So her powers are teleporting, mind control.
Wait, she's a mind-controlling witch?
Wait a minute. Have we heard that before?
Wait, were there dream sequences in this? Did she put dream sequences in people's heads to distract them?
We haven't seen that before.
They were
So, anyway, with all these powers, she sets herself up as the main villain. And what does she do? The same thing we've seen every villain do in these films. Well, not every, but a lot of them. Set up a giant space portal
thing
device thing.
for 3 days.
3 days. It takes them 3 days to get into Midway City to stop and shut this thing down. And what high security prison do they keep the Enchantress in at the beginning of the film? A common hotel room and one soldier who is smitten by her. So I wasn't that convinced by the main villain that they were sent after to stop, but...
I mean, really, they deserve this all for having such weak security on such a powerful being. Okay, I want to talk about happy things again.
Okay.
Moments. Things.
Did you like all the product placement in this movie?
There was product placement in the movie?
Oh, you didn't see all of the Samsung devices?
Only the Samsung devices that allow you to do stuff like save your girlfriend, intimidate a squad of mercenaries, make a boomerang take really high quality video during...
Because I strapped a GoPro onto my boomerang and I threw it, and somehow it's not spinning through the whole video.
They're so bugs. And then Harley's like texting the whole show because she got this cell phone from Alpha One. She's just like, hey, Joker, you gonna pick me up? I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way.
Not to mention all the times they do exposition through tablets.
Samsung, I don't know how much Samsung paid to have their stuff put in there, but we saw tablets and cell phones and great reception.
In fact, how did they control the grenades in their neck?
The grenades in their neck. They had the handy dandy. This was actually kind of cool. They just had, so Rick Flag, who's kind of like the field leader of the Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller, they got these like little handy dandy straplets with all the pictures, and all they have to do is touch one of the pictures.
The Samsung Kill a Suicide Squad member app.
Find it in the Play Store. And all they have to do is press a button. So like, Slipknot goes and runs away. Boop! He's dead.
But what happens when Rick Flag just falls over? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just killed 3 guys.
Yeah, they go up for like a high five and Rick Flag slips or something like that. And then, I just killed Killer Croc. I'm sorry, guys. That was my fault. Joker finds a way of deactivating one, which makes me wonder why Harley goes back to prison. But maybe she just likes prison. She had her espresso machine. It's going to be interesting when the final edits come out, because this movie does cut out a bunch of Joker stuff. So when
according to Jared Leto, it cuts out a bunch of Joker stuff,
which would, in theory, make the movie rated R. So there might be a possibility that DC releases a longer R-rated cut of a movie that came out in 2016.
So on top of all of that, what had really helped to bring all of this together?
What helped this all together? So, like in most comic book movies, there's just this moment where everyone's just like, well, dadgummit, I don't want to be a superhero right now. I want to go do blank. And in this case, they want to drink liquor.
So they go and sit around a bar and talk about their backstories and why they're doing it, and
being ugly on the inside and Croc's beautiful on the outside.
And I guess I really appreciated that, because in a lot of these films we see people who are already good, Captain America, Superman, who are raised up to do good things with their powers, but this is very much people who are at the bottom of the gutter, who have been chewed up and spit out by the world. What do they do with their powers, kind of thing? That was what interested me.
Yeah, and they have this great discussion, and they hear each other's backstories, and this is where they go beyond just being Task Force X. They go beyond being that, and they become friends? Family? Heroes? Yeah, at one point Rick Flag's like, hey guys, I know I kind of tricked you into doing this, so I'm going to crush my Kill a Suicide Member app, and any of you can go free. And Boomerang darts off. And then I guess he
grabs his beer first.
He grabs beers,
which he has. Apparently, that's his other superpowers, pulling beers.
His superpower is throwing boomerangs while clearly being drunk.
This scene helps bring them together as friends, as possibly some sort of family.
It sets up, it solidifies who they are as a team. So, with all this being said, from Will Smith to bar scenes and everything in between, Phil, final thoughts on the movies. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
It grew on me. At first, I was a bit thrown off by the editing and how quickly they shoved exposition down our throats, but about halfway through, like we said, the bar scene, I kind of started to grow to care about these characters. Yeah, overall, I would watch it again. I did enjoy it.
Aside from the weirdness of Enchantress, because like Enchantress, at the very end, she's just doing all this little dancing, and then she's like, the stuff with Enchantress, I wasn't super behind. I was okay enough with it, but I got what I wanted. I got humor in a DC movie.
You got Will Smith.
I got Will Smith. Yes! Yes! I got the action that I wanted. I got the things I wanted. And once I got the things I wanted, and then the movie was over, I was like, I want another one. Give me another one.
That's not how these work. It takes time to hire people and write a script and put
I can't
things
just
together.
cry on the internet and get what I want. I really enjoyed the movie. If you're a comic book fan, particularly more mature, this is for a more mature audience.
Definitely not for children.
Yeah, this isn't Deadpool, like, over the top, but it's a good, solid movie for a mature audience. I really enjoyed it. I will get it a had a good time at the movies out of 10.
So that's just our humble opinion. Take it or leave it. Thank you for watching. And now,
We're off to go do other stuff.
yeah,